Harvest done, 2021. Just as well my brother's not a farmer, look at the nick of that. Got a wee party of cows following me this morning. Morning Holly, what a beast. Big breakdown. It's the drill working there. Just going to do a few snippets today, put it into a different video to catch up with a day. So here we go. Just picked a load of sunflowers for making up bunches. Washing stuff. Just moving some oats out of the way so that pile doesn't reach the top of the spout. That's wet oats, not too much there, but we'll wait to start combining again, so there'll be more coming in. Going combining. We're off to the races. There was a flat patch there obviously, so Dunk must have wiped that out just last night to save it getting damp again this morning. Getting in the tractor with Dad now. We've swapped. So back to carting both trailers. Dad's going to go into the shop. He was carting but it's mobbed. So he's going to do that. I'll do these trailers. My brother's offered he's going to come and do load the trailers in the field just so Dunk doesn't have to go and peel off and empty every time. Just as well my brother's not a farmer, look at the nick of that. It's only half the trailer full. We'd be burning double the diesel if he was filling all the trailers. It's getting close to the spout up there. It's probably done about 6 or 7 loads now. It's, what time is it? It's 2:45. Brother's starting to fill them up a bit more. He's getting his eye in again. And we're done combining this year, complete. Taking off that trailer here. The discs, the new part for the disc came, and I'll show you in a second, but the old disc needs a bit ground off it. So this is it, this is a new bit I bought. This is a new hub and arm, just because the old one was, could just give us bother, gave up and bought a new one. So what we did last time, because there was an ingress in dirt, there's a cap that sits there, that's the cap. The old cap had a hole in it and dirt was getting in, so I just welded a piece over the top, but I need to get this off so we can put the new cap on. So I've got the grinder and I'll go and chop this bit off. It's coming. Bit more grinding to do. Cap's off. Dunk's just having a clean down. That's us, harvest done, 2021. Flew by, an absolute breeze, which is rare. Won't see it again probably for the next 30 years. That was a doddle to be honest. So done, it's about half 7 at the moment. Final field of oats is cut in the shed. Going through the dryer just now. It'll all be dried by tomorrow afternoon, evening. Kevin's been, I think he's been sowing all day today. So that's just the next kind of few weeks, is getting all that prepared, getting all the ground ready for the next lot of crops for next year. Also, this not going down far enough for the weir tractor, not this one. Kev just remounted this. There was other bolt holes, so he just lifted it up a bolt hole, and that's allowed us to vary it where we want it. Get this back to the shed, park it up for the rest of the year. Or will we do what they do on Top Gear, what Clarkson and James and Hammond did, is converted a combine into a snowplow for the winter. Also Brian, I've not forgotten about the stickers, I've just not had time. They will go on. Well, you might not see them till next season. Dunk's just giving that all a good blow down before he parks it up in the shed. And then I've just grabbed this other trailer which is full of oats. It's the last trailer because Dad ended up finishing the carting of the last few loads, so there's a trailer left full, so I've collected it now. This harvest only combining for 20 days in total, which is the lowest in ever. Also, Mal, I've not forgotten, I'm going to write your name on the grain pusher. Well, I did forget at the time I was making it, but next time I've got the welder out, it will get done. And Brian, the signs are going on the combine. Okay, we won't see them this year. I could put one on the baler actually. No, it's done as well. Anything else green? Big green machine, a John Deere. Well, I'll buy John Deere just to put the stickers on it. Don't think so. Right, today we're going to get the last of these oats dried. There's not that many. That trailer's full of oats as well though, still needs tipped. So there'll be about 3 batches left, and then that's everything dried for the year. Big pile of oats is basically going to stay there until the winter oats are in the big shed get moved, which should be, I think they're going on Monday, starting on Monday, kind of 4 loads a day, and then we'll get all these shifted into the space that it leaves behind. Also, there's quite a few new people kicking about, so thanks for watching. If you like the videos, just hit subscribe and like the videos as well. It helps them do a bit better. Right, we've got a generator to pick up. Talked to a hire company yesterday about getting a generator so we can run fridges, freezers, whatnot up at the sunflowers for serving ice cream. Basically just to take the pressure off the shop a wee bit. So if we supply a bit more food up there, less likely people go to the shop. It'll just ease things off a wee bit. That's the plan anyway. Got the grab on now, it's covered in stew. How thick is that? Sitting right next to the chaff. Rain's starting to come there. You see spots on the windscreen. It's meant to be possible thunderstorms today. Can't imagine the sunflowers will be packed if it's a thunderstorm. Final 2 and that wee load of 20. I need to find out if he's coming back again. Straw loaded, just threatening to rain quite a bit, so not really too bothered actually, to be honest. Get a wee bit of slow down the sunflowers a wee bit. First of the rain we've had in a while. It's just kind of spittering down at the moment, but it doesn't look like it's going to clear today. It was meant to be thunderstorms. Kind of want to avoid them, but a wee drizzle all day will just calm things down. Well, it'll be okay today. It's more a drizzle Saturday, Sunday would like keep things kind of a bit peaceful. So I've just been up above the conversion bit. There's still obviously some leaking bits, and we knew that. The majority of the bad bits are away, but there's a few bits there you can see. So I'm going to go and grab some silicone. Silicone doesn't like the wet though, so I'm going to take a blowtorch, dry the bits off a wee bit and try and patch it. Don't know if it'll work with the moisture, but it's worth a go just now, and then later on in the day I'll check how it's done, see if it's made a difference. And then we're waiting on some flashings coming to sort the gutter. Right, I've siliconed a bit of it, ran out of silicone. So need to either find some silicone lying about or go and get some. Need to fill in the pit though, get that filled up. Hopefully there'll be a batch lying there and I'll get away. I still need to pick up that generator. I went to get it, needed ID, didn't have ID and haven't got round to going back. Hopefully I'll get after I've done this. Pit done. Head in, get silicone and a generator. There's a joiner's hammer, he wants it fixed. So, meant to have a lifetime guarantee these, but he's not got the receipt from 25 years ago. Don't know how to clamp it to get it straight, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to grind a bevel on there, bevel on there, same going on this side, then get a bit of weld right in the middle, and then I'm just going to tack it on, and then tap it until it looks about straight, then finish the weld. I'm not going to try and get it into position in a jig or held in position then weld it. Just tack it and bend it into place. Ideally, probably be a TIG welder. Or ideally you'd get a receipt and go and replace it. These should be one piece all forged, but anyway. Weld it and see what happens. Worst case, it'll break again. Tacked. Kinks off to the right a wee bit. That'll do. Straight enough. Gotta preheat it and then weld it. Just because it's going to be used for wallering on stuff. So it's going to have a bit of shock through it. And reduce the chance of it being brittle. Basically, things that cool quickly are more prone to being brittle. So if you preheat this and then weld it, it means the whole thing's warm and it's cooling from a really high temperature to a warm temperature rather than a really high temperature to a cool temperature. So the heat change is reduced, like the rate of heat change is reduced if you preheat it. Don't know how this is going to work. I'll grind it down, but hammer's probably quite a high carbon steel and the weld material isn't. If you know anything about it or about metal types, what's it called? Metallurgy, metallurgy, something like that, to do with like the ins and outs of metal, then let me know if you know anything about it. It is new. Once it's been battered around and used a bit, you'll not even know there was a weld there, if it stays in one piece. Relatively straight. Right, generator collected. I'm just going to take it out, put it behind these bales. I might nick a square bar from up there and basically put 1, 2, a roof over the top, 3, 4 behind it, and kind of make a wall round about it, because it's not a silence generator, it's just a kind of industrial spec, so it's quite noisy. So if I kind of silence it with bales, I'm hoping that'll be enough. So I'm just going to quickly check it runs out here, put it behind a couple of bales just to see roughly what it's like on the other side of the bales, and then I can build an actual structure that'll hopefully keep it nice and quiet so it's not rattling in the background, otherwise it's not really an option. Noise levels here, it's not bad. I think it'll be alright. I can silence it a good bit more than it is just with behind the bales. Not too bad. I wonder how much petrol it's going to burn. So it's not got a throttle adjustment, so I'm assuming because it's outputting an electrical supply, they just set it to a constant throttle that you can't adjust. Either that or it's missing something, but that must be it, because it usually would be sitting here, a wee metal lever.